NuubCast.
Greetings, fellow noobs! Oh, hey, better hit that pause button. Greetings, fellow noobs! Welcome to NuubCast. This is Blomus, and I am wide awake. Unlike yesterday's cast, which was freaking hilarious. I think it was hilarious. Maybe it was awkward and stupid. In which case, you should tell me it was funny anyway. Just kidding. Anyway, welcome to NuubCast. What do we got here? We've got okay, good. Koopa Star. Koopa Star. I'm gonna say Koopa Star. Koopa Star, our red Protoss' opponent, Captain Planet. Captain Planet, that great hero of the environment, with his friends, the Planet Kids or something or other. Remember that show, Captain Planet? All like recycling and it's my superpower is to recycle. Kapow! Shake and quiver with fear. Yeah. Anyway, if you're unfamiliar, NuubCast all about casting low-level games, shining a little bit of that esports light where it rarely gets on the noobs, the noobalicious, the well, you know, the guys who just aren't as good. But they're great in our hearts because they try hard. Actually, that's not what it's all about either. Anyway, what it's about is it's all about proving that there can be good games at any level. And anytime you guys play those games where you're just in the thick of it and your fingers are going as fast as you can and your heart is pounding and the hair on your neck is standing up and you are battling for what seems like an epic galactic dominion in real life. Those are the games we want to see here at NuubCast. We want to feel ourselves, the hair standing on the back of our necks as well. We want to share that. Whoa, you killed that probe fast. We want to share that experience with you, but the problem is that sometimes when you feel that way, the results aren't what you think they were. So make sure you're watching your replays before you send them to noobcast@gmail.com. Watch those replays. Make sure that your game isn't super one-sided. Make sure that your game is not a one attack and done. Make sure that your game is freaking cool. And you too shall have the power to be called a noob. Anyway, in other exciting news, along with being wide awake for this cast, yesterday I was given access to the Heart of the Swarm beta, which in the one hand means that I can play it, which is all great, but I suck. Like, why the hell would you guys want to watch me play the Heart of the Swarm beta? I think what will be better and cooler is if I'm able to cast games from the beta. That would be the coolest McBesticus, and I would love to be able to do that. So if you or someone you know has games that they played in the beta which are good, please send me replays. Or if you know where I can find some beta replays, that would be cool as well. Because we all know that I'm gonna play. Make no mistake, I'm gonna play in the beta, and I'm gonna make use of that that invite that our good friend Arcanite has so generously bestowed upon me, allowing me to access his and create a player account under his invitation. So I will be Blomus on the Heart of the Swarm, and Soulsteel is also in Heart of the Swarm, so in the beta. So maybe he and I will form of a dynamic duo and play Heart of the Swarm 2v2s and stuff. I don't know. Are there 2v2s? Do people play 2v2? I know that there's not that many people playing, so whatever happens, it's not going to be you know, it's probably going to be me against like people who are good, because from what I understand, there's not very many lower level people getting beta invites at all, which is probably one of the reasons why I haven't gotten one, or anyone that I know hasn't gotten one, because if everyone that I know who's gotten beta access has either been in Masters or Grandmasters in Wings of Liberty, and their level, the amount they play, Blizzard has been saying we're looking for people who play the game a lot, who play Wings of Liberty a lot, and that's just not true, because Arcanite hasn't even loaded Wings of Liberty in ages, and he has 2 beta invites. So yeah, anyway, all that to say that woohoo, beta! Evo Chamber Roach going down, Queens pooping it up, pooping up the cream, getting that layer, and Koopaster breaking out the forward pylons. He's got 5 gates coming in. All 6, I guess. So we'll see what he's going to be doing with these 6 gates. Captain Planet also plays under another name, who we've seen playing Terran under the name Sarge. This is his Zerg account, apparently. And so we will be seeing him. This is interesting. This is looks like a 9-minute 6-gate attack. I'll be curious if he tries to go all in here. So many zealots and just a few stalkers. I'm guessing he just wants to force units. He should be going into and attacking the 3rd. There are roaches coming out here. 9 more in production. 9 roaches probably will not clean this up unless Captain Planet has super good micro. But he should just be going for the 3rd. He should be doing nothing else. The entire point of an attack like this at this amount of time is to delay and take down your opponent's 3rd base. If you're playing against Zerg, that's all this is about. And what he should have done is warped in a few sentries, got all of his units up here, and force fielded off any attempts to rebuff this attack. So we have 5 more roaches being warped in, but Captain Planet is actually... he's doing alright. He's going to sack his 3rd. He's got roaches up on the hill. He just... he is going to lose that hatchery, and he's content with that. Spine's got to finish quick. More stalkers coming up, but he apparently does not want them to help in battle. We're going to get this... Why is he pulling back? And why do I keep jerking around the screen? I'm so terrible at this whole observing thing. And now that there's nothing up here to kill, he's got all his units up there. This is actually just bad engagement management by Koopa. I'm pretty sure that if he had continued to push, this game would be over. That is a guess of mine. But now it looks as though Koopa is thinking that that he's won and that he's going to go in here and end the game. But it looks like now that time, that pullout, that was just smart. He didn't have any zealots to absorb damage. So that time was actually smart for him to leave when he did. I think if he had gone in, though, that first attack before this bunch of roaches had popped and before those other spines had finished that he later killed, then he probably could have won the game. Game could probably be over, and that would have been an all-in that Captain Planet would have been raging over. But instead of 3 bases, we've got 2 bases and a macro hatch. We've got the Spire on the way, though I cannot... There it is. About to pop. And Captain Planet going to have an opportunity to get back in here because Koopa Star just getting his 3rd up now and hasn't really done anything to to change his tech situation. So what I started as not an all-in has become an all-in, and now he's late with his upgrades. He's late with his 3rd base. And during all this time of Koopa Star trying to catch up, essentially, Captain Planet is going to be able to. What he should be doing is retaking that third base while he makes Mutalisks. But it doesn't look like he wants to do that. So he's going to counterattack with. What do we got here? About 30 roaches, 25 roaches, and a few Mutalisks. A few Mutalisks. Take down the forward pylon, which actually very nicely supply blocks Koopa Star and Captain Crunch, baby. But now we have sentries, so Koopa Star probably had a bit of an advantage there if he has any micro to speak of. I don't know what league this is exactly. I'm pretty sure Sarge was silver as Terran. I don't know if he is also silver on this account as Zerg. I am uncertain, but Koopa Star's third base is up. He's getting some gases, and now I think maybe Captain Planet is waiting too long, and he might actually yeah, okay, finally. It's like he needs to get some harass going. He needs to do something, or he's going to find himself in a difficult position once Koopa Star's tech actually catches up. He had taken all that time to, during that all-in, not upgrading his tech, and here come the Mutarisks, but they're not going to get too much done. Oh, they're killing a lot of stuff. Here come the Stalkers, though. And he can kill the probes that are in gas. Kill it, kill it! Kill the Robo. Kill the Robo. Yes, you will kill it. And take the Twilight Council if you can, because you're taking down the shield. No, we gotta get out of there. Ski-daddle. What a silly blink that was. It's like, Koopa Star was like, I have blink. Let me use blink. So unnecessary. And what he should do is just turn right around and kill that too. But he did okay. Killed a few probes and got a very important tech structure. And now, in the meantime, he's got all these roaches. Did he make more? Oh, he added lings. Okay. So he's got 30 plus lings. Those 25 roaches. I don't think he added. No, I just added one. And the Mutalisks. And now he's going to counter. And he's got to be careful. I like this. Drawing out the Zealots. They're going to die pretty quick. Drawing out some more Zealots. Is he going to actually... See, the Mutalisks are... You don't want to go after... This is a... there's a certain way to manage your army when you're up against particular compositions. And we talk about this sometimes, like having your Zealots out front, when you're attacking, make sure that your Zealots are not behind. When you... And maybe this isn't the best composition to talk about it with, but when you have lings and Mutalisks and roaches, you don't want your Mutalisks out front. You want your lings and roaches out front. You want your Mutalisks to be like kind of with the roaches, in that they will be able to help the roaches whittle down the meat of the Zealots when you're in a one-to-one, when you're in an engagement like that against a Protoss, and they've got their Zealots out front. You want your Mutalisks to be in the back so that the Stalkers can't reach them while they're shooting at while they're trying to take down the lings and stuff. And your roaches are engaging these Zealots. You don't want your Mutalisks out front. You want them to kind of hang back and let the roaches and lings take, because of course, obviously, these are the ones that are going to take the most damage from the Stalkers. So, oh wow, actually, I was going to say the crappy force fields, but they actually turned out being pretty good. Mutalisks are in a terrible position, but actually, Koopa Star helps Captain Planet out by blinking away from the Mutalisks, and actually gives That's actually a huge mistake by Koopa Star because he gives the Mutalisks and the Roaches then an opportunity to engage and attack those Stalkers and actually get out. And due to his own mistake, I think that's going to be it for Koopa Star and Captain Planet getting the run by. You know, you want to think about these kinds of things, like how your units are attacking. What's the best way? I mean, of course, Mutas only have 3 range, so you can't have them too far back. And I'm pretty sure the Roaches outrange them even, yeah. So you can't have them behind your Roaches, obviously, or they're not going to hit anything. But you want to keep them away from the Stalkers if you can, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Nice blink by Captain Planet, but this is over. I mean, by Koopa Star. But this one's over, baby. Turn out the lights. The party's over. Koopa Star thought he had it in the bag. Thought that actually he probably did. That all in early, like I said earlier, if he had pressed his advantage about 10 minutes ago, this would have been one of those games where it never would have been submitted because it would have been a Koopa Star would have been one and done attack. He would have all in and won. But he didn't, so he was able to push back, but then he was behind because he didn't tech. And Captain Planet was able to get himself ahead and overwhelm with some help by Koopa Star with some pretty bad micro decisions. But yeah, standard, fun, solid game for a silver level. I think is what we're looking at. Maybe bronze. I don't remember. But in any case, if you have a game you would like to see, send your replays to NuubCast@gmail.com, especially if they're Heart of the Swarm. If you have any Heart of the Swarm replays or know where I can find them, please leave a comment or let me know or just send them in. That same goes for Wings of Liberty. You know, you guys can submit. I'm not sure if I've said this recently or not. You don't just have to submit your own games. If there are other games that you've seen or witnessed to or refereed or observed or any suchness that you think are badass, pro or otherwise, doesn't have to be noobs, please feel free to send them in, NuubCast@gmail.com, and keep climbing that ladder. Peace.